You've seen Goku go Super Saiyan, you've watched Vegeta rage, you've counted the power levels and memorized the transformations. But what if I told you that some of the most terrifyingly powerful beings in Dragon Ball history have been hiding in plain sight, underestimated, overlooked, and completely misunderstood? Not just by fans, by the characters in the show. Stay until number 1. That one will actually change how you watch Dragon Ball forever. Most fans think King Kai is a joke, a little blue guy who tells bad jokes, trains on a tiny planet, and lets his student die. Here's what the show doesn't make obvious. King Kai's training planet has 10 times Earth's gravity. To even walk there requires superhuman strength. When Goku arrived, he could barely lift himself off the ground. King Kai mastered that environment so completely that he jogs there casually. His signature technique, the Kaioken, was too dangerous for him to use himself. But he invented it. His other move, Spirit Bomb, also his design. The man who trained Goku to save the universe is quietly one of the most dangerous martial artists in the galaxy. He just doesn't fight, and that might be the scariest thing of all. Before we go further, we need to talk about what strong actually means in Dragon Ball, because the show measures power in ways most fans completely miss. And that's exactly why this list is going to surprise you. Nail is on this list for one reason: context. On Namek, he held off Frieza, who was casually destroying planets long enough to buy time for Dend to escape. He knew he was going to lose. He fought anyway, and he survived it. His power level of 42,000 sounds tiny compared to the 530,000 Frieza showed on arrival. But he kept Frieza occupied. He forced Frieza to reveal information. And then he offered his body to Piccolo, granting one of the most dramatic power upgrades in the series. Nail didn't just fight. He strategically sacrificed himself to change the outcome of a war. That's a different kind of strength, and a rarer one. Raditz is the punching bag of Dragon Ball Z history. He got beaten, he became a meme. He lives in the shadow of every other Saiyan. But here's the math the fandom forgets. Raditz had a power level of 1,500 when he arrived on Earth. At that point, Goku, Earth's greatest warrior, was at 416. Piccolo, who trained for 3 years specifically to fight Goku, was at 408. Raditz was nearly 4 times stronger than Earth's 2 greatest fighters combined. The only reason he died is because Goku held him from behind and sacrificed himself. Without that moment, Raditz wins. Easily, he's not weak, he's just the victim of a power-scaling curve that went completely insane 6 months after he appeared. And look, if you're enjoying this, now's the time to subscribe. We break down Dragon Ball, anime, and power scaling in ways you won't find anywhere else. Hit that button, and let's keep going, because we haven't even gotten to the characters who could end the world and nobody noticed. Picken only appears in filler, which is why fans dismiss him. That's a mistake. During the Otherworld tournament, Picken defeated Cell Frieza, King Cold, and the Ginyu Force so quickly they weren't even a contest. Then he fought Super Saiyan Goku to a draw. Yes, filler. But the power levels implied by those feats place him above Perfect Cell, above 100% Frieza. In any serious power tier conversation, Picken belongs in the conversation alongside Cell Saga veterans. He's the warrior the Afterlife produced that the living world never knew about. And he almost certainly gets stronger after his tournament loss to Goku pushed him harder than anyone ever had. The Biddy is physically weak. He's a tiny wizard who hides behind bodyguards and runs at the first sign of trouble. But Babidi has a power that no one in Dragon Ball history fully neutralized. He can take control of anyone with evil in their heart. No key required on his part, no battle, just a spell. He enslaved Dabura, a demon king powerful enough to turn Piccolo to stone with his spit. He attempted mind control on Vegeta. He came within inches of doing the same to Gohan. A being who can bend the will of the most powerful warriors in the universe without throwing a single punch is not weak. He's a category of threat that power level charts aren't even designed to measure. Here's a thought experiment. If Dragon Ball was a chess game, Goku isn't the most dangerous piece. Babidi is. Because Goku plays the board, Babidi rewrites the rules. Keep that in mind for the top 5, because the characters ahead of us don't just hit hard, they break the entire concept of power. Yajirobe is a coward. He admits it. He's lazy, selfish, and he usually hides during every major battle. And yet, without Yajirobe, Goku loses the Saiyan Saga. Full stop. When Vegeta was about to kill Goku in his great ape form, Yajirobe snuck up behind Vegeta and cut off his tail. No ki, no power level, just a katana and pure coward's instinct. That one cut changed the course of the entire series. He also carries senzu beans to every major battle, resurrecting exhausted fighters when all seems lost. He's not a warrior, he's a logistical miracle, and the show would have ended multiple times without him. At the end of Dragon Ball Z, Oob is introduced as a quiet kid from a poor village, shy, untrained, a 10-year-old boy who barely knows how to fight. And Goku, the strongest being in the universe at that moment, immediately leaves everything to train him. That single decision tells you everything. Goku doesn't train weak people. He trains successors. Ubi is the literal reincarnation of Kid Buu, the purest, most destructive form of Majin, Buu reborn as a human with that power locked inside him, waiting to be unlocked. He's not strong yet, but his ceiling is Buu level, destruction with the discipline of a trained martial artist. The show ends before we fully see what that becomes. That might be the most dangerous, unfinished sentence in all of Dragon Ball. The Supreme Kai is the guardian of the entire universe. He's not a fighter, he's a god of creation. So fans assume he's physically nothing. What the show reveals quietly, the Supreme Kai is stronger than Frieza in raw power. After merging with Kibito, that combined being Kibito Kai has access to instantaneous teleportation, healing abilities, and a role that transcends fighting entirely. He's not measured by combat, he's measured by scope. He sealed away Majin Buu for millions of years. He oversees the lifespan of galaxies. He exists at a level where Frieza, who seemed like a god to Goku, is considered barely notable. The mistake fans make is equating fighting with strength. Kibito Kai doesn't fight because there's rarely anything worth his direct intervention. That's not weakness, that's operating on a different level of existence. We have two left, and I need you to stay for both, because number 2 is the character whose real power gets retconned out of existence in the Super Era. And number 1 is the person who arguably created the entire Saiyan warrior class, and yet never once powered up on screen. Super Buu with Gohan absorbed, say it slowly. At this point in the story, Gohan had achieved his ultimate mystic form, power so overwhelming that Goku himself admitted Gohan was stronger than anything he could reach. Then Buu absorbed him. Super Buu with Gohan absorbed is the most powerful villain in Dragon Ball Z. Not Vegeta, not Janemba, not Cell, Super Buu. At that moment, Goku and Vegeta inside Buu's body had to rescue the absorbed fighters just to survive, not to win, just to not die instantly. The retconning in Dragon Ball Super casually waves past this, but if you watch the Buu saga honestly, this form of Buu broke the power curve in a way the story never fully addressed. He's number 2 because the writers got scared of what they created. Here's the one that changes everything. Grandpa Gohan was a student of Master Roshi, the same Master Roshi who trained Goku and Krillin. He was strong enough to survive training under Roshi. He was trusted to raise a Saiyan child. He held his own against the great ape Goku before the transformation killed him. But here's what the show tells us, and fans keep forgetting. By Dragon Ball Z standards, Grandpa Gohan was roughly human peak level, around 100 to 200 power level. Goku at the start of Z was 416 with years of training. That means the gap between Grandpa Gohan and Z-era Goku is similar to the gap between Goku and Raditz, which means Gohan, the gentle old man who loved fishing and raised a child, was at roughly the same tier as some of the most dangerous human-level fighters ever produced on Earth. He didn't need transformations. He didn't need power-ups. He was just that good, that quietly, in a world before anyone knew what a Saiyan was. That's the one that should change how you watch every episode of Dragon Ball from the beginning. Dragon Ball has always been about more than power levels. It's about what those numbers mean and what they hide. The characters on this list aren't weak. They're just the ones the camera looked away from at the wrong moment. Who did we miss? Drop them in the comments, because if enough of you say the same name, that character gets their own video. Subscribe, because the next one is about Dragon Ball characters who are holding back the entire time. And that list is going to be very, very different from what you expect.